in the isolation, when I say isolation, I mean the motion picture community. There was a group, though, in town in the 40s, in this town, that was a most remarkable group of people. It was a group of refugees, so to speak, who had had to leave Germany because of Hitler. And that would include Brecht, Thomas Mann, Heinrich Mann, Leon Feuchtwanger, Hans Eisler, a wonderful composer, a student actually of Schoenberg as a young man, whom Charlie once asked to help with him, but he loved Hans. He really did. He had a great fondness.
When Eisler was summoned before the House Un-American Activities Committee, Chaplin publicly declared he was proud to be his friend. In a gesture of defiance, he opened Monsieur Verdoux in Washington the day after Eisler's hearing. In describing the harassment he was subject to, the composer seemed to speak as much for Chaplin as for himself.
I have no any authority at all, but if you had made such a hearing without giving every week in the last 12 months things about me, which are not even sometimes the truth, but distortion or invention of somebody which told it to one of the members of the committee, when you would go into this fantastic press campaign against an artist, I'm sure every red-blooded artist will be, after 1 year, after you nearly ruined him, very angry about this.
Hans Eisler was threatened with deportation, and Chaplin asked Picasso for support. But solidarity among artists was no longer on the agenda, and to appeal to a foreign artist, and a communist to boot, was frankly a suicidal gesture.
George Murphy, Ronald Reagan, and Robert Montgomery are among the top-flight movie actors testifying before the House Un-American Activities Committee in Washington.
For the motion picture industry, it was the start of the witch hunts, and Chaplin was to be its greatest victim.
There will be no demonstrations.
Senator Kane, Representative Rankin, and the Catholic war veterans called for his deportation. Monsieur Verdoux was boycotted in several states. It was his first commercial flop, except in Europe. Chaplin had no illusions. At the press conference for the film, he confronted the journalists.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I'm not going to waste your time. I shall say proceed with the butchery.
When all the world turns against a man, he becomes holy, he wrote in his notes for Verdoux. He lent his characters his own embittered reflections. Where there are no facts, sentiments prevail. As well as, it is more important to understand crime than to condemn it.
It's a radical indictment of society through this one murderer. One of the most terrifying statements ever uttered against society is made in Monsieur Verdoux. Numbers sanctify. That's it. That's Verdoux's justification. The condemnation of any criminal society. I mean, of all warmongering societies.
Guerrière.